Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is one of those, I can't believe they just told us this kinds of stories. You know when idols casually drop a piece of gossip from 8 years ago like it's no big deal, and fans are left screaming, wait, what? Yeah, that's exactly what happened with the members of Vivi's, formerly known as G-Friend. They finally revealed the truth behind a massive fight during their fingertip era. And honestly, it's the perfect mix of comedy, drama, and sisterhood. So grab your snacks, because this one's going to take us from chaos backstage to tears of joy at their 10th anniversary reunion. Let's rewind. The year is 2017. G-Friend is performing Fingertip. Now, if you remember Fingertip, it was bold, funky, spy movie vibes with choreography so sharp it made your wrists hurt just watching it. G-Friend, known for their flawless synchronization, had to look absolutely perfect every time. But offstage? Not so perfect. At a recent fan sign, Shinbi suddenly spilled the tea. She said, "Back in the day, when we were promoting Fingertip, I fought with Yerin really bad. It was to the point where the other members were holding us back. We didn't fight with fists, but our mouths. Anyway, before the dance break, there's one part where I turn and face Yerin. Normally we make funny faces at each other, but that time I just looked stern. That was it. We haven't made up yet." Excuse me? 8 years later? And you're still holding the grudge? That is such peak sibling energy. Of course, buddies wasted zero time. They pulled out their magnifying glasses, rewatched every Fingertip stage, and boom, they found it. That exact performance. Normally, Yerin and Shinbi would crack silly faces at each other, but in this one, Shinbi looked like she was starring in a serious crime thriller. Yerin avoided her gaze like a kid caught eating snacks before dinner. And suddenly, it all made sense. For years, fans felt that stage seemed off. Turns out, it wasn't concept. It was just real-life drama. Now here's the thing about Yerin and Shinbi. Their dynamic has always been legendary. Yerin is this chaotic ball of sunshine, always teasing, always loud. Shinbi, on the other hand, is queen of deadpan roasts. Her sarcasm could cut glass. Put those two together and you've basically got Tom and Jerry with microphones. They'll fight like cats, then laugh 5 minutes later. And the funniest part? Apparently, the fight was so heated that the other members had to step in. Imagine the scene. So-won, the leader, raising her voice like a mom saying, "Yedra, kumane, we're literally on stage in 5 minutes." Una probably tried to do aegyo to soften the mood. Yuju was probably stressing about her high notes and was like, "Guys, seriously not now." And Umji, the maknae, likely just sat in the corner watching this real-life K-drama unfold. Then 5 minutes later, they're on stage, smiling, synchronized, flawless. That's idols for you. Fight backstage, slay on stage. And honestly, this is what makes G-Friends so lovable. On stage, they were perfection. Off stage, they were sisters, bickering, laughing, sometimes fighting. It makes them human. Shinbi saying, "We haven't made up yet," is the kind of petty joke only real siblings can make. Now, let's zoom out for the emotional arc. G-Friend debuted in 2015 with Glass Bead. 6 girls from a small company practicing in a basement with people doubting if they could survive in such a competitive industry. But then, boom, Me Gustas too, and then Rough, and then Navalera. Suddenly, they weren't the underdogs anymore. They were the definition of consistency. Every comeback, they gave us hit after hit. They weren't flashy at first, no big budget concepts. Just hard work, passion, and insane synchronization. Remember the legendary Me Gustas 2 rainy stage where they kept slipping and falling, but stood up every time and finished the choreography? That clip went viral worldwide. That was the moment people realized, these girls aren't just idols. They're warriors. By the time for the Moon Night came around, they had cemented themselves as one of the most iconic third-gen girl groups. Buddies were eating well. And then, 2021 happened. The sudden disbandment. No warning, just an announcement. Fans were heartbroken. People cried, people protested. It felt like a family breaking apart overnight. But here's the thing. G-Friend's bond didn't break. Not even close. In 2022, Una, Shinbi, and Umji re-debuted as Vivi's. And when they stepped on stage again, it felt like a warm hug to buddies. Sure, it wasn't all 6, but it was proof that the spirit of G-Friend was alive. Yerin went on to pursue solo work, Yuju focused on her powerful vocals as a solo artist, and Sowon started her journey into acting. They were on different paths, but still cheering each other on. And then this is the part that makes fans tear up. 2025 arrived, the 10th anniversary, and against all odds, all six reunited. They came back together with a special album called Season of Memories. It wasn't just an album, it was a love letter, a thank you to the fans who stuck with them through every debut struggle, every viral stage, every tearful goodbye, and every hopeful comeback. The title itself, Season of Memories, felt perfect. Because G-Friend's history is exactly that, seasons. The bright spring of debut, the hot summer of their peak years, the autumn of maturity, the cold winter of disbandment, and now a new spring with their reunion. And fans? Absolutely emotional wrecks. People were streaming, crying, leaving messages about how much the girls meant to them. It felt like closure, but also a new beginning. So when Shinbi casually jokes about fighting with Yerin and not making up for 8 years, it actually feels kind of beautiful. Because even through fights, disbandment, and time apart, their bond is unshakable. They can laugh about their past, tease each other endlessly, and still stand together 10 years later, stronger than ever. And let's be real. If you rewatch that fingertip stage now, it's comedy gold. Knowing the context, you can literally see the silent argument happening mid-performance. It's like watching a K-drama subplot hidden inside a music show. Fans have turned it into memes, edits, and even fake dramatic trailers. And now, instead of wondering, we can laugh right along with them. So yeah, the great fingertip fight mystery is solved. It wasn't some grand artistic choice. It was Yerin and Shinbi being, well, Yerin and Shinbi. The other members played peacemaker, the fans waited 8 years, and now we finally know the truth. Alright guys, what do you think? Did you ever notice something was off during that stage? Or do you have your own story of fighting with your sibling right before something important? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear everything. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, from debut chaos, to rainy stages, to disbandment heartbreak, to the beautiful reunion with Season of Memories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a fellow buddy. Here's to many more seasons of memories with G-Friend. See you in the next one.